one of the biggest fintech IPOs in India's startup history has officially received SEBI's nod.
देश का सबसे बड़ा डिस्काउंट ब्रोकर ग्रो,
देश के सबसे बड़ी ब्रोकिंग कंपनी ग्रो को लेकर एक बड़ी खबर सामने आ रही है।
There's a new IPO offering coming your way. Avalon.
SEBI has given the green signal for Grow's much anticipated IPO.
The company may expect a valuation of $9 billion with its current filing for its IPO. But here's the million-dollar question for retail investors. Should you apply for this IPO or sit this one out? So stick with me because in this video, we'll break down everything you need to know. Numbers, strategy, risks, and long-term potential. By the end, you'll have a clear framework to judge whether Groww deserves a place in your portfolio. So let's start with the basics. What is Groww? Founded back in 2016 by 4 ex-Flipkart employees, Lalit Keshre, Harsh Jain, Neeraj Singh and Ishan Bansal, Groww began as a simple platform to make mutual fund investing accessible. Fast forward to today, it has grown into India's largest digital brokerage platform. Now here's the staggering stats. As of June 2025, Groww had over 14.38 million active clients, capturing more than 26% of the NSE brokerage market. That's 1 out of every 4 online investors in India trading through Groww. So in simple words, Groww is no longer just an app. It's the gateway for India's retail investors, and now it's knocking on the doors of the Lal Street itself. Alright, let's talk about money, because numbers never lie. Groww initiated its confidential DRHP with SEBI in May 2025, and as of 16th of September, the updated DRHP has been refiled. The IPO size, the company plans to raise 1,060 crores in fresh issue, and the promoters also plan to sell part of their stake via an offer for sale. And according to the Financial Express, the valuation is estimated at around 7,000 crores. But here's the twist. Unlike many fintech IPOs we've seen in the past, Groww is profitable. For FY25, Groww posted revenues of 4,061 crores, up 45% year-on-year. And profits? A whopping 1,824 crores, as against losses in the previous year. Just pause for a second. How often do you see a fintech unicorn scaling rapidly and making money? It's rare. So this is what it makes this IPO's listing different from other fintech listings. First, profitability. Groww is already making serious money. FY25 profits hit 1,824 crores. User base and scale. 26% of NSE's market share. And that's not just downloads, that's real trading users. Third is unit economics. Now, unit economics sounds like jargon, but it's usually very straightforward, which simply means, does Groww earn more from you than it spends to get you? Use of IPO money. Important question. What will Groww do with the money they raise? They're looking at spending towards cloud infrastructure, marketing activities, and investment towards their subsidiaries. It's not just for investors to exit, and that's a green flag for long-term growth. Now, what's the street view? Analysts are calling this one the most awaited IPO of the year because unlike flashy startups, Groww is profitable. Retail investors are curious and institutions are lining up. Now let's understand the leadership and investors. The founders still run the show. It's rare for unicorns at this stage. Lalit Keshre, the CEO, is the face of Groww. Harsh Jain, the COO, runs operations. Neeraj Singh, the CTO, heads technology. And Ishan Bansal is the CFO and manages the finances. Together, they've taken Groww from just 200,000 users in 2018 to 14 million plus in 2025. That's a 69x jump in just 7 years. Now let's talk investors. Who's been with Groww from the early days and who jumped on board later? Sequoia Capital India and Ribbit Capital have been loyal partners since 2019, backing Groww from Series A all the way through Series E. That kind of commitment speaks volumes. Tiger Global came in a bit later, around Series D in 2021 and stayed to Series E, still delivering confidence. Iconic Growth joined at Series E and is now deeply involved as Groww heads into its IPO. Finally, GIC came in right before the IPO, joining the pre-IPO round mid-2025 at a $7 billion valuation. So yes, Groww has a seriously stable and high-profile investor base, great for credibility heading into the public markets. Here's the signal. When sovereign wealth funds and global VC giants back a company all the way till IPO, it usually means confidence in long-term returns. Now let's understand the competitive landscape. who's really Groww up against? Zerodha. With around 12 to 13 million active users, the OG discount broker is built on solid tech, no flashy marketing, and massive trust. Upstox, with around 5 to 6 million active users, they are aggressive in pricing and expanding fast in small towns. Angel One, around 7 to 8 million active users, backed by Ratan Tata and Tiger Global. There are also ICICI Direct, HDFC Securities. These are legacy brokers with offline plus online presence. The difference? Groww has mastered the millennial and the Gen Z audience. Its app experience is clean, simple, and social media friendly, and that's why they've scaled so quickly. But remember, competition in broking is cutthroat. The margins are thin and loyalty is low. Okay, time for some reality check. What could go wrong? First, valuation risk. At an expected $9 billion, Groww is no bargain. If growth slows, stock could get punished. Second, regulatory changes. SEBI or RBI could tighten rules on margin trading, F&O, or digital onboarding. Third, intense competition. Zerodha and Upstox could sit quietly. Price wars are very possible. Let's get into the nitty-gritty. Listing, both NSE and BSE. The face value, ₹2 per share. IPO size. It's expected at around 7,000 crores. Structure, a combination of fresh issue plus offer for sale. Fresh issue means money goes into Groww for growth. OFS means some early investors will cash out. Valuation. At an expected valuation of $9 billion, this IPO isn't cheap. Angel One by comparison trades at about 25x earnings. If Groww comes at a similar or higher multiple, the big question is, are investors willing to pay a premium for growth? That's what we'll find out at listing. Now, the retail investor POV. So here's the bottom line. Groww is entering the IPO market as a profitable fintech giant. That alone sets it apart. It has scale, leadership, and strong backers. But the valuation is ambitious, and competition plus regulation remains big variables. As a retail investor, the smart move is this. Study the fine print in the updated DRHP and only then decide. Don't chase the hype, chase the fundamentals. So, will you be applying for the Groww IPO? Or watching it from the sidelines? Drop your thoughts in the comments and I'd love to hear your take. And remember, in the markets, knowledge compounds faster than money. So keep learning, keep investing, and invest wisely.
Investment in securities market are subject to market risk. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.